Okay, well, we're here to network and have some wants. You're looking for a contractor. We also do a lot of contractor referrals. I guess we can start it out. I see you got Stacy Lowe from SOTO Property Solutions. How you doing? Welcome. SOTO Property Solutions is a property management company that is one of our supporting vendors. So we appreciate your support, and also you appreciate your coming in here with giving advice on our Friday meeting. So do you want to say a little bit about your company, Stacy?
Yeah, absolutely. So can you guys hear me okay? It looks like I'm okay. It looked like I was cutting out. Yeah, so Stacy Lowe, I'm with SOTO Property Solutions. We're a full service brokerage, real estate brokerage. We do specialize in property management. So if you have any investment properties that you are thinking about hiring a professional company, we are the people to call in St. Louis and down in Cape Girardeau area, SEMO. We do everything from start to finish. So essentially the only time you hear from us is when you're getting your paycheck every month out of rent. So if you have any questions about property management at all, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Give me a call. You can text me. You can email me, and we can set something up. My business line, 636-305-3380. I am extension 311, and my email is Stacy, STACY, at SOTO, SOTOPS.com. I'll put all that in the chat too.
Okay. Thank you, Stacy. Yep. And your information is also on our website, being one of our supporting vendors down the right-hand side of most of our web pages. There'll be a link to their website, and her phone number is there also. Okay. Anybody else have anything? Start us out. I see Carrie Curley finally came in here. Hi, morning. She's from New Frontier Bank. I could give them a recommendation. I've done business with New Frontier and still have two commercial real estate loans on two of my properties, two of my better properties that I don't quite have paid off yet. So eventually we're getting closer. We're getting close. Those tenants are paying off those loans every month. So
Carrie, it's Fabian. Can you supply me your contact information, please?
You talking about Carrie?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. I'll put it in the chat, and I'll also say it. I am Carrie with Carrie Curley with New Frontier Bank. I'm a commercial lender, deal with small to medium-sized businesses, investment real estate, and so on. Anything really for your business that you may need. My number is 636-940-8740. I'll put my email address in the chat, and I welcome anyone who would like to talk about any financing needs you might have. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Carrie. Okay. Anybody have anything they're looking to sell this week? Or if you're looking to buy a property, looking for your next project, might have somebody that's got something they're willing to part with. Or just in general, everybody's got projects. I mean, you know, I'll throw it out there if anybody has. I'm currently looking for a flooring installer to just install some sheet vinyl. It's a very small job. That's a problem. I've contacted most of the people that have done flooring, installed sheet vinyl and carpet for me before, and I'm just trying to update a laundry room and a utility room in a condo. It's only like a little over 50 square feet. So I think I'm going to end up doing it myself. I haven't gotten any responses back from any of the contractors. They're all too busy and don't want to take off. I was hoping to catch somebody I can work that in after I got a small job in the morning, and I'll come over in the afternoon and squeeze you in before I got something else, or at the end of the day. But you know, I guess those guys are tired at the end of the day and they don't want to take on any other small jobs, but. So I'll probably end up doing that this weekend, unless somebody can give me a reference.
I think
Amber
Amber
put
just gave
something
you.
in the chat,
Yep,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, what was that you put in the chat there, Amber? Thumbtack. I have not tried Thumbtack for that one. I have used Thumbtack in the past. I was going through Facebook Marketplace, since everybody comes highly recommended. And I found a guy there. It was right here in St. Charles and St. Charles County, but he did respond back. He said, "Well, how many square feet?" And I told him it was 51 square feet, and that's all. That was the end of our communications. He never said anything more after that. So it's not bad. I've put in a lot of vinyl flooring in the past. I guess I'll get my knee pads out and get that knocked out. I got to get this condo back on the market. So I already got a tenant interested in through a friend of a friend, but on the next door app too. Okay, I don't think I ever tried that one. Maybe I'll try next door. Okay. Yeah, if anybody else got any know somebody that even a handyman that does little jobs like that, it'd save my knees, but that's fine. We'll get her done one way or another. Okay, anybody else looking for any kind of service? I got something to offer for us. I quit a kind of quiet bunch this morning. Nobody wants to break the ice and be the first one out there. Anybody got a new project you want to tell us about then? Okay, yeah,
Lloyd, I can tell you about my project I've been doing on my own property.
sure. Yeah, that your basement apartment,
Well,
or-
yeah, the basement is definitely still in progress. But no, I was going to mention my kitchen. I've been pulling up the vinyl sheets, as you mentioned it. The previous owner laid 3 sheets on top of Luan board and plywood, and under it is perfectly reserved hardwood. So in my kitchen, I'm pulling all of that up, and we'll be sanding it, and it is a slow process. I'm almost ready to hire somebody, but I know I can do it. So
yeah, when you get an older buildings, yeah, you'd be surprised what you might find just trying to, I just pull this up, and there got to be hardwood under here somewhere. Who knows how many layers you're gonna get? Yeah, you as you found multiple layers of flooring on top of that hardwood.
and it is very the whoever did the work did a great job and never anticipated this stuff coming up.
Mhm.
Thousands of nails. But
Yeah.
yeah, they put 3 sheets of vinyl on top, and it was the transitions from room to room were weird. That's how I knew there was hardwood under there.
There
So
was, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, well, at least you had something, a reward underneath there, right? If there was hardwood under there, but had to work on it. Been disappointing if you pull it up and it's just some pine floor. But even pine, cleans up if you want to get it sanded. But no, good. But your basement project is coming along too, or did you get somebody to do a design for you or get connected with a designer there?
it's still in work. So I've had 4 designers or architects or architect-ish come
Okay.
out. People who are unqualified have come out and tried to give me bids. And I say that because you don't actually need an architect to give you blueprints to get a building permit. I want them so I can use them to talk to contractors. Two of the contractors who have come are too busy for the project. I think I actually have one who is available, well, two that are available. One gave me an estimate, basically $5,400 for blueprints, which was surprising to me. But yeah, it's still in work.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, 5,400 for doing up basement blueprint. Okay. Is what it is. It was a bid, but yeah. Okay. Anybody else got anything or want to give us an update on a project they've been working on? Bruce was looking for a contractor. He was considering renovating one of his buildings. Did you ever get connected with anybody or get a hold of anybody that came to look at your project, Bruce?
No, I've been too slow at getting around to that. I did have, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, Scott Winkleman came and repaired the roof. We had a tree branch decide to visit about what, July 16th, was that it?
Yeah, we had
He,
pretty good winds back in July.
so he had put two holes in it about 12 by 8 and 6 by 6, and he came out and repaired that about a week or so ago and did a pretty good job. Luckily, I had some shingles from 10 years ago when we'd had it replaced after a hailstorm that came through. I think a lot of people had it, a hailstorm, and that must be 10 or 11 years ago. And because there were like 3 or 4 roofing companies all in our subdivision at that time moving around on people's roofs. So a lot of people got their roofs replaced about then, but luckily I had some old shingles still, and he used them, even though I guess they were so old. I had them sitting out back under the deck, kind of hidden away, and I guess the glue or whatever had gone old in that time. And he said, well, he just used some roof tar and all that, so he did a pretty good job there. And he's looking at, he gave us a bid on siding now, because we've got one of those houses in our subdivision that didn't have siding. I don't know, we weren't there, but in '76 when they built the houses around here, and my wife didn't like the triangle part. I don't know if it's got a special name on the roof on either side.
Yeah, the gable ends.
Yeah, and they were painted, and all the paint was coming loose, and there's paint coming shedding on the concrete foundation too. But anyway, he came out and gave us what looks like a pretty good bid, and we just need to get together with him to put siding on the south side and those 2 triangles, and around the garage too, because that garage was kind of like a, I don't know, fiberboard, I almost want to say, and make that look better. And I think his bid is like only 2,700 or something like that, which sounds pretty good. Since I've had him do work before, except now he says he can't do this part himself. He's going to need some helpers with him, and I need to get the right paperwork for them to make sure that they're covered. But he says he usually hires them as needed and has them pay for their own liability, etc. So I need to make sure I have all that paperwork in hand before we get started on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's some things moving, but not fast enough,
Yep, it all takes time. Even if you're not doing the work yourself, but it still takes time to get your contractors selected and lined and ready to go.
Hey, Lloyd, one other thing I wanted to mention.
Sure.
I know I think we've talked about it, at least at the board meetings before, but as I'm doing my project in my kitchen, I went down to on Cherokee, down in South City. They have a tool rental library. And so instead of going to Home Depot or Lowe's, I think that you can probably rent tools. You can go to the Cherokee library, which is free. It's basically neighbors lending to other neighbors. And so like the saw that I've used, the oscillating saw, There's two different saws I'm using. I just went down there and you can rent it, I think for 2 weeks. You can probably extend it. But you go in there, you create your own, you create account, and you can rent the tools for free. So just want to mention that if people are doing, small projects at home, you don't always have to go to Home Depot and actually pay for tools. You can rent them in your own community.
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, I didn't realize any of the libraries did that. But Cherokee
It's
rent.
actually called Cherokee Tool Library. It's not an actual library.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cherokee Tool Library. So it's separate from it's not part of the St. Louis City, not a branch of the
Correct.
St. Louis City Library. Okay, gotcha.
Correct.
Okay, but it's a neighborhood group down there that has set up that system. Okay, good. Yeah, we talked about that here in the past, and somebody I think it was somebody from California that said gave us an example of what they were doing out there, and sounded pretty good. But yeah, it takes a good organization and probably some full-time staff too to keep it up and running. But no, it's good to know. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else got anything? That's good. Some good information. Thank you for bringing that up, Amber.
Hello.
Hi there, Carmen. Yeah, go
So
ahead.
I've a few times I've driven by homes and I've looked up the homes and they're all owned by this VRBO company or VR something. And there's tons of homes that they own or either out of state investors own, but they aren't doing anything with the properties. Do you know if there's anything happening with, I guess, some of the counties where they're going to either enforce penalties or try to push them to revive those areas?
Is this in the county or the city of St. Louis?
In the county, St. Louis County.
St. Louis County. Okay. I know the city has a lot going on with reducing vacancies, and that's probably part of that solution. In fact, in our upcoming newsletter, Kristen, our newsletter editor, attended a meeting on the behalf of the board of directors of the St. Louis Real Estate Investors, because we were invited to come. They're starting out all the number of St. Louis City organizations are collaborating on reducing the vacancies, getting more properties and vacant lots. In the city of St. Louis, the LRA owns quite a few of those vacant lots and vacant properties. And they've taken them back for back taxes and going back to the city. But I'm not sure in the county if this is well coordinated, since there's so many. I know there's an initiative to get things like a land bank, set up a land bank like the LRA for the St. Louis County in general. Right now, it's doesn't seem like St. Louis County is quite as well organized.
Yeah.
Getting things back on getting vacant properties.
Yeah, I've actually reached out to the company and even another investor that was, I believe he's in California, but he owned several homes on one street, and I tried to get them to sell because they've been vacant literally for over a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, no plans.
No, they're just buying and holding. Yeah, they're just parking their money in cheap property here in St. Louis. Yeah, that's a problem. We have very affordable housing, and more affordable here than a lot of the rest of the country. And unfortunately, yeah, there's other investors and hedge funds and things that have money that they're just parking here and they don't care about the properties. But yeah. But anyway, yeah, Kristen, you're reading your newsletter this month coming out. There's an article. Kristen wrote an article about some of the efforts that the city of St. Louis is doing to bring together their forces to reduce the number of vacant properties in the city of St. Louis.
Okay. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anybody else have anything for us today. I did, yeah, I did. I forgot to mention with getting started here. That we do have just our upcoming events that we've got going. Next Tuesday, this is the second Tuesday of September already, September 12th. We have our networking breakfast at the Shack in Creve Coeur from 7 to 9. If you're not a real early riser to get it there at 7, we'll be around. In fact, I've usually been around until after 9, once we get a good group of people, get some discussions going, and there's been made some good contacts there. We had some new people come. Most every meeting we get somebody new that comes in. Otherwise, we got a good core of people that investors that are there most Tuesday, the second Tuesdays for networking at the Shack in Creve Coeur. You can get details on our website, STLREIA.com. Get the address, and it's right off of Olive Boulevard, west of 270. Put on some good breakfast. And then our regular, and then the following Tuesday is the September 9th already, 19th is our main meeting for this month. And we've got a panel discussion of our own, a lot of our own member investors. So get to hear from some more local investors. You know, I heard from the North Side landlord last month, and now we got a little more diversity. You have four separate investors that are going to be speaking on a panel discussion at our September meeting. You have an opportunity to ask them questions too. So, okay. So, anybody else got it? Yeah,
For
Bruce.
what it's worth, Lloyd, I was just looking up that Cherokee Street tool library. It's actually at URL CherokeeStreetTools.org, but it says they're closed now, and I don't see a phone number. They look like they're at 3355 California, which is right on Cherokee, so it's Cherokee in California. So I don't know if they have specific hours or you need to contact them through the URL. Like before, I think when I tried a URL, it's like it doesn't want to come up on my computer because maybe my virus thing is preventing that website from coming up. It does that with Dave Randolph's website. Sometimes it says like his website isn't secure enough or something like that. But I do not see a phone number either. And it does have a bunch of pictures of people with tools and stuff. So if it's active still, which I would hope it is.
Okay.
But yeah, it looks like you'd need to set up some sort of an appointment through their URL or through their website.
Okay, so it's Cherokee Tool Library.
Cherokee Street Tools, CherokeeStreetTools.org.
Okay.
And I'll see if I can copy it or something here.
CherokeeStreetTools.org. Okay.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
hoping that you have
good to know.
a phone number, but I don't see one here.
No, like you said, if it's done by just a community organization there, it may not have a phone number. They're just if they depend on volunteers to
Okay. Lloyd, Ann
When
just
I
put
pull it up on-
something in about their hours.
Oh, okay. She
When I
found
pull it
something.
up on
Okay.
Google, it says Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday from 3 to 7. And the phone number that comes up on Google is 813-787-4752.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know if it's accurate. That's just what it shows on
Yeah,
Google, but
okay.
it only shows open Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday from 3 to 7 p.m.
Okay. Yeah. Well, as I said, it's probably run by some volunteers, neighborhood volunteers.
Right.
And so, you just
Yeah, and I'm looking on their Facebook page, and that's what it says. That for August events, they've changed the hours. But I also did click on the website, and I know for sure I registered and it's closed. So yeah, if you go in, I never called them, but if you go in, there were people there, like you said, volunteers to rent the tools from.
Okay. We got a Facebook page there too, looks like.
Yeah, and can you put the phone number in the chat, please?
Yeah, they've got their hours on a picture off to the side, which says August events. And like you said, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 to 7 p.m. And like the 11th, which is Monday, it says volunteer day, but that's off-site. And it says something about masonry lesson, food share, masonry lesson 2, community potluck, and food share. So those, you'd have to look at the website, the Facebook page to get all that information. So it sounds like they're doing stuff, but yeah, they're only there Saturday,
Yeah,
Sunday, and Wednesday
okay.
for the
No,
most
it's
part,
good.
or
As
a
long as
few
you-
other times.
As long as you know when they're there, and they got some volunteers there. They have 4 hours a day for 3 days a week. Give you a tool. Yeah, it sounds like it's just run by a neighborhood organization there. They're giving lessons on masonry and tuck pointing. That that would be yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of tool lending
Thank you, Ann.
places before. I guess you could, put that in as tool lending St. Louis and see if something else pops up, maybe that's out closer your way, Lloyd, or whatever. I did have a friend who I think had gone on Facebook, and somebody was he was redoing a room to make it into his office a couple years ago, and I think he got some tools off of Facebook, and when he was done with them, he just put them back on Facebook. So
There
that
you go.
might be another option,
Another way,
or Craigslist even too, where
just
people are
buy them and then pass
getting
them
rid
on
of
when
stuff. Maybe you can find some stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so how I got introduced to the tool library was I went on Facebook, and in my area, I live close to Tower Grove. There's a Facebook page called, or similar to, called Buy Nothing, basically. And I think they have them in definitely in different areas of St. Louis. But you go on there, and essentially, instead of buying things, you can go on there, and maybe your neighbor is giving one away, or they have one that you can rent. So I went on there and I said, hey, I'm looking for this tool. And someone suggested the Cherokee Library. So that would be another good way to, instead of paying for things or renting them from, Home Depot, just talk to your neighbors and see if they have one you can rent and take care of their stuff and give it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good service for a neighborhood organization that wants to encourage the renovation of homes in their neighborhood. Being able to share the tools so people can get it done themselves. And it sounds like they're
Lloyd.
even, yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna.
No, I was just saying, and it sounds like they're even giving some lessons on masonry. So, along with how to use the tools. Go ahead, Jim.
Different subject. Charles in the chat. If you look in the chat, Charles has some things that he may want to talk about. And he's got connections to get discounts at Home Depot, Lowe's, things like that. So Charles may want to talk about something.
Okay. Sure, go ahead, Charles.
It's a slow day, so I just thought I'd bring it up. It's something that I do too. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Life platform, but anyway, it's a merchants are on it. There's 500 on it now. It's a learning educational type thing. But as far as for our group here, the discounts like for Lowe's and Home Depot, whatever discounts you get, you can stack it with this, because what you end up doing is you put money into their wallet, and then when you get to the counter, you just punch in the amount after your other discounts, and it'll bring up a gift card, and you're paying with a gift card then, and that gets you more discounts. And that's just the beginning of it. There's a lot more to it than that, but it does reflect what can be used to help save on cost of materials. So and you get further into it, And the other thing I like about it, and I've done this a number of times, say if somebody is somewhere and you want them to pick something up, it don't matter if it's lunch, it don't matter if it's something from Walmart. You just text them the gift card and that's the end of it. A lot of places you can make it outright for the dollar amount that you want. You can do it at the counter. So
Okay.
it's just a handy tool.
Okay.
So anybody that wants to do that, I'll put my address or my email and my phone number in again, and just let me know. It can be developed into a full business also of its own. But
Yeah, it sounds like it.
it is something that is coming. The company's been in business for years. It's got a A+ rating on the Better Business Bureau. And it ultimately, if you go all out into the business end of it, the people you sign up under you, this is the part that many people think it sounds like a pyramid scheme.
I was just thinking that when you started talking.
Yeah, I'm going to beat you to the
friend.
punch because I hear that all the time. This is different because the product is, they've got some of their own products, don't get me wrong, that they're work handling on the side. None of it is theirs, so it's always somebody else's product. But you are dealing with things that people are buying. The only thing you're doing is changing the way they buy it. And for that service, it's $60 a year. So I myself save more than $5 a month on it. And I'm just a single guy, not doing anything out of the ordinary. And I'm saving the money that I put in it. If you started using it on your real estate purchases and so on and so forth, it could be rather substantial. So it's just something. I figured it was a slow day. I was looking for somebody to say something. So
Okay. Appreciate your input.
all right.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Charles.
Yeah, I'll just put my info in.
I try keeping my life as simple as possible. I try having as few credit cards as I need, but I do have a Home Depot and a Lowe's, and so I'm at both of those stores pretty regularly. And I've got the LAR card at Lowe's. That saves me 5% on every purchase. Okay. Anybody else got anything to share? Well, if not, we can close it up early here today. And hope it whets somebody's appetite to join us for breakfast next Tuesday at the Shack in Creekmore. But if not, I guess we can catch you here again next week at the same time. But yeah, and Carrie, I was going to send you an email about getting on our vendors. I wrote that down here. I forgot about that last week when we talked about it. So I'll shoot you an email with that with an attachment, tell you about our vendor program. Appreciate you coming on. Okay, Jim, you got anything else, or I don't know if John's on here? Got any connectivity? No, I had a few good discussions here today. Got some information. So
Hey, Lloyd, did you happen to mention? I've been in and out. Did you happen to mention the main event with the panel, the local?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Great.
I didn't. I missed it at the beginning,
yourself.
but I filled it in there. September 19th, our main event panel discussion, and I'm hoping to get. I sent Amber I won't email this morning. I was hoping to get her to moderate the panel. So John's got a panel of four panelists lined up and willing to speak and share their experiences, and we'll be moderating it. We'll have some refreshments. and should be a good time. Come on out. If we don't see you on Tuesday, on next Tuesday for breakfast, or the following Tuesday, well, at least we'll see you here next week at next Friday at 11 o'clock. Well, have a good weekend. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, everybody. See you later.
Hey, thank you, Bruce.